Hi, I'm Stuart.
I'm Tanya.
I'm Chris.
You're watching SIRENNET Television. We're here this morning to talk about a product from Whelen Engineering. It is the Whelen SFION. It's a great product. I know that you'll say, well, hang on a second, you guys have shot video of this before. Well, we have, and it was me by my lonesome. And in fact, the video was shot in a rate of, what was it, Wade? What sort of...
480.
480? Crikey, that's like in the Stone Age, you know, like when the wheels were round and made out of stone. Anyway, I'm sorry, terrible as a comedian, but it's a great product from Whelen. This is a new video, and Chris and Tanya are going to tell us about it. Take it away, guys.
Well, Tanya, as Stuart mentioned, it is Whelen's SpitFire Ion interior dash light. The SpitFire was available from Whelen previously with a Lindsay 6 light head. Whelen then took advantage of the small polycarbonate shroud and their new Ion, which is a 6-diode Gen 3 high-intensity light head that has a diffused optic over inset hourglass reflectors. So head-on, extremely bright, and with the optics on the lensing, it works wonderful for off-axis lighting output as well. Now, the fixture itself uses Whelen's standard Ion. So with that, if you're used to seeing the Ions in grill mounts, in deck mounts, other applications around vehicles, recessed mounts and hatches, surface mounts, you can get that same technology and intensity through this interior-based lighting product.
So this shroud doesn't come off, right?
The shroud is not removable in this case, so it is specifically a SpitFire Ion designed only for interior use. So yes, the shroud is incorporated around the light head itself. In fact, the light head with a set of different mounting screws has actually been inserted permanently into the shroud itself.
When you put this on, you have to keep the suction cups on there, or you can permanently do it, right?
You could do it in one of two ways. If you wanted to utilize the suction cups on the glass for a temporary mount, go ahead and do so. Just remember to give the glass a bit of a cleaning. Remember, they can be a little bit temperature sensitive. Okay. So if you're going to be using it on a hot summer day, something that you may want to look at for longevity and keeping this from coming off the glass potentially would be no suction cups, taking advantage of the holes that are in the bail bracket here, and then using your own hardware to permanently affix it up onto the vehicle's headliner as needed. Something else, because it is a compact and lightweight little fixture, a bit of strong Velcro or a nice double-sided adhesive could be used as well. So for some folks, it's really important, if you remember, not to put holes in the interior vehicle, especially on leased applications. So with this, a bit of versatility in taking advantage of some own different pieces of hardware you could grab yourself. So really nice and versatile. So not limited only to suction cups. Something else that's neat with this is, well, you have one here in front of you without the bracketry kit assembled onto it. So we have two versions, one with the bracket kit assembled, how it comes out of the package, one without the hardware. Neat thing that you could do with this bracket, thinking of this if you wanted to use it in the cruiser on the rear deck down low level against the rear glass, is you could invert the bracket, and then that way this will be affixed into the rear deck on the vehicle, and then the dash light can just affix into it with its additional mounting tabs. So really, now you've taken what was a suction cup or headliner bracket and flipped it over for a rear deck. So it's a really versatile little bracketry set.
So are these two different?
They are. They are different in that they are a solid color version and a split color version. So with that, depending on the lighting output needs, the color needs for your vehicle, you can go ahead and select which version would work best for you.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but this one has 25 flash patterns and this one has 69?
It does indeed. So yeah, 25 in the solid color, 69 in the split. And just because you have two different color displays in here, different pattern quantity gives you more versatility and more flexibility in going through setting the orientation of the dash lights.
So let's go ahead and turn them on.
It's the favorite part. I love when Stuart's asked that. So as you can see, nice and bright, red-blue for the split color on this one. Momentary switch lets you adjust flash patterns on the fly as needed. And Tanya, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and trade with you. I'll slide the split color your way, and I will fire up the solid color.
But what if I want to put more than one of these on my vehicle?
More than one, it's easily done. You can snip off the 12-volt plug-in, and you can hardwire them in to your siren and lighting control system. So with that, when you remove that, strip back the sheathing, and you have an 8-foot harness to get you started. If you go ahead and choose to snip it off, you're going to find 3 trigger wires. There's a lead, a ground, and the third is going to be your flash pattern selection trigger. So just because you're snipping that off doesn't mean that you're losing the ability to ever adjust the flash patterns again. And actually something that isn't mentioned in the tech specs, but it is something that we know here at SIRENNET from working with these dash lights previously, is that they do have a hidden synchronization function. So unlike some of Whelen's other dash lights, where you don't have the ability to properly synchronize them with the dedicated sync wire, if you open up the shroud, so remove the 2 screws on the back, you can slide the ion out and you will find a trigger wire, which will allow them to sync. So just keep in mind with that, with the sync option, it's only really going to work when you have a solid color and a solid color, or a split color and a split color. Okay. It's just the different heads aren't going to properly group together, and thinking about it, if this is the split, this is the solid, getting them to look uniform is going to be a little bit tricky. But go ahead and selecting from the same series, tying them together, it'll expand the versatility of these wonderful dash lights for you.
When I snip this off though, I'm not losing a warranty though,
nope,
right?
You're not. You are just simply gaining the advantage of not having to have a whole bunch of plugins, flipping a whole bunch of plug-in switches, just putting them all into your main controller. Nice thing with these too is they are a very low current draw. So for tying multiples together, not going to have to worry about overloading switches or blowing out any fuses. So that's another advantage of these, with them being LED based, low current draw. So for folks that are encouraged for clean idling or non-idling when on the scene, very, very wonderful for taking advantage of saving some battery life.
So there you have it. It is the Whelen SFION, available in either single or dual color configuration, i.e. split.
Indeed.
Yes, got to get that right. I'm Stuart.
I'm Tanya.
I'm Chris.
And you've been watching SIRENNET Television. As always, thanks for watching.